Before the dawn of civilization, in the early light of man's existence, life was an eternal struggle between good and evil. The ancients knew the way to placate the beast that lurked beneath the eternal sea. Sacrifice. Virgin sacrifice.
It is not often that visitors happen on Cinnamon. You are on Greek soil.
What's going on here, Madeline? I come to this crazy island to look for you.
Where are you?
No!
And your friend here takes a knife to my throat.
The natives here aren't exactly friendly.
They don't like people to take things out of the water.
It's down there. I saw it. What new evil are you trying to conjure up now?
There is no such thing as new evil. Evil has always been with us. The same evil that you roused from its ancient sleep.
You do your voodoo on your own people! Time is running out for all of us.
Wow.
That's a hell of a trailer.
That's an intense trailer.
Yeah,
right
that's
there,
a
guys.
great trailer.
I love it. That's a great trailer.
Boy,
That's
Nate,
about it.
I don't like the way you started that sentence, sir.
I don't like how he ended that sentence. That's the problem.
What? I'm just saying that trailer, good.
Okay. Well, everybody, thanks for coming in for another live stream episode of the Tubi Files, where we pick random movies off of Tubi that we've never seen before. Can't tell if anyone else has seen it on the group, but whoever picks it, they can't have seen it before, and then we all judge whether it's trash or treasure. And tonight finally is Pete's turn, after Nate and I both have given him such treasures to enjoy.
We have, yep, 2 treasures
And
so far.
We haven't done so bad the last couple.
We
have
got
been
a pretty
actually
good,
Yeah.
got a pretty good track record.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
Pete picked Blood Tide, and I was excited.
Out
I
of
was
nowhere.
too. Yeah.
It was just it popped up on Tubi once, and there's an Arrow release of it, and during Tubi it shows whether it is an Arrow release or not. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
if Arrow redid it, and Arrow, wonderful.
Absolutely. I agree
Anything
with
they do is just incredible. They get so much stuff, and I kind of want to buy the Blu-ray now from Arrow because I want to see more about this. It just popped up. I'd never heard of it. James Earl Jones is in it. Karate Kid guy is in it.
Cove.
Martin Cove.
Some gorgeous women are in it. Jose Ferrer is in it, who's been in a bunch of stuff. So I knew some folks in it, and I'm like, oh, we'll give it a shot. And when we designed Tubi Files, I'm like, oh, full stop. I'm not going to watch this until we cover it here, until it's my turn to cover a film here. So that's why I saved it for damn near 6 months or something.
Well, yeah, from when we planned doing this, probably a good 4 months you've been doing. This has been, as much as Pete loves this concept, this has been the most torturous for him.
I was gonna say we cannot let people know. Well, we need to let people know that Pete has sent so many what about this for Tubi Files? What about this? I want to watch this. I'm like, the whole thing is you can't see it until it's time for the Tubi
And
Files.
you're not supposed to tell us your picks ahead of time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's your thing. Because I got my pick lined up and I haven't said shit to you two.
Mhm.
Like it's a complete surprise.
And I have a few to pick from, but I've got a little bit more time before we have
I
to
get
do that.
so excited when I
He
see
does.
new stuff, and I can't not say anything.
He
about
gets
it.
very excited.
I love it. I
Like
love
this
it.
movie. I'm so excited about this movie.
I'm super excited to talk about this movie.
I'm
so-
glad 2 people are.
Oh no!
Oh,
I'm glad that people are here to have a good time.
Oh,
You know,
my goodness.
Nate's messages in the chat have, it's hard to not get the cynicism Nate has in his tone of hyping.
No, This might hold the record for first time I've ever watched a movie in the same day, and I've already totally forgotten everything about it.
Oh, really?
God. No,
Yeah,
bro.
so this is gonna be a struggle on my end. So you two just lead the way. I'll be
All
here.
right.
But
All right.
Sure. Yeah.
how did Martin Cove age like 18 years within 2 years of this and the Karate Kid, though?
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure he is an actual Greek god. That's what I'm starting to think.
Dude, he's an
All I
Adonis.
know is
He looks
that
great.
dude looks old as shit in Karate Kid
Does
and
he?
does not look old as shit in Blood Tide.
No, he does not.
He don't no, this is
And they're only 2 years
early.
apart. How's this make any sense?
Probably because he cut his hair because he has a glorious mane coming from
He
a guy that
does.
don't got no hair.
But when he
That is a beautiful hair.
cut his
It's-
hair, then he aged
And
20
he
years.
but he's got that giant chin dimple, and I don't know. Every time he took off his shirt, I'm like, okay,
I don't blame him.
That's why he got the part. Yeah, I
that's-
mean, that's
you look good without a shirt on, dude.
This is
Rock and roll.
also post Empire Strikes Back. So, man, we're lucky that James Earl Jones' career did not just instantly tank right after this one. Oh,
He was a big stage actor for a long time because of that voice. He's got a lot of credits to his acting career, but he's rarely been a leading man. Very, very rarely. And
that's
this
what took me aback in this
Yeah.
movie. Was
Like, he is
realizing
front and
he's
center. I
great.
wouldn't say he's the lead in this film, but he is
God, he's like
1-to-1.
right there, though.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
would say everything that he does in this movie is what Lawrence Fishburne has based his entire acting career off of.
Yeah.
and I love him for that. Thank you very much, because I love me some Larry
All I
Fishburne.
could see was Larry Fishburne.
Mm-hmm. Larry.
This is where the prototype came from, is James Earl Jones doing this movie.
Oh God.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in a lead, right? But he's always a supporting character that damn near steals a show.
I mean, I watched this going, man, probably had I had watched this as a kid, I'd probably only know him from being Darth Vader
Mhm.
and The Sandlot. It's
Oh,
really
yeah.
the
I
the
forgot
two
about-
big
yeah,
ones.
Field of Dreams, maybe.
Field
Yeah.
of Dreams, but that
Okay.
was more. I probably watched that one a lot later when I could sit through, a talking movie that's not a lot of action. and I'm not-
Talking.
He's like,
Yeah.
there's no bullets in this.
it's
There's
ghosts,
only baseball.
yeah, but not the kind of ghosts that I was used to. But there was a lot. It was
These
way
ghosts
longer
don't
before
even
I
have
watched
any
that.
proto packs. Like, what the hell's
Right.
going on?
Yeah, right. There's no where's the Ghostbusters? There's a Field of Dreams, my ass. That's a paycheck right there.
Right.
No, it's kind of, should we just kind of talk a little bit about the movie itself?
You guys can, for
I
sure.
so want to talk about this movie. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
But
Go for it, Pete. This is your
Yeah.
We'll just start at the beginning.
I got Men in Black. All right, so
What? Huh?
you
He
know
got
what
flashy thing.
Yep. That's what happened with me.
You got flashy. So
yeah, I
sorry.
flashy think myself.
This is a classic monster movie trope. Some idiot Americans go to an island or a foreign country with a lot of ancient history, wake up a monster, and shenanigans happens. That's the premise of this movie.
Shenanigans ensue.
It's
I love
yeah,
it.
exactly. That's what this movie is, and that's what a lot of these. We woke up the wrong thing on accident, even though we're dumbass Americans, and it is what it is. And
Yeah.
this is in my absolute wheelhouse. We got a couple of things in the movie as a whole that I'm like, I did not dig at all, but as a whole, this was right up my alley. I really enjoyed it. There was a fun rubber suit monster at the end. He was okay looking.
I like the monster.
I like him too.
I thought
I
the
like the
monster looked
monster.
great for all 2 seconds that he appears on screen.
Right. There is that. Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a
I
whole
really
mystery that
enjoyed-
went back to the ancient Greeks. They referenced the river Styx a lot, or
Yeah.
not a lot, but
and
enough.
paying the coin to be able to get
And
past.
paying the ferryman. Yep.
Yeah.
So
The helper was
Dionysus,
which is supposed to be the
pronounced it a little differently, but it was Dionysus. Yeah,
but that's where because he did nothing but drink wine and create wine. And
Yep.
I was like, oh, there's the Pete character in this
Yep.
movie.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I was just thinking that. I was like, that's who I want to be when I grow up.
I told Jackie that right there. I said, oh, there goes Pete. And that's why I put in the group chat when I got done watching this. I went, this is such a Pete movie.
Oh, is that where? Okay,
This is exactly what I expected on the month of Pete takeover, was movies like this where I could go, this is a Pete movie.
Yeah,
and I get it,
but it's completely. This is completely random. I had never seen this movie before, so I attract.
Jackie thinks there's certain keywords in your algorithm that make movies like this pop up.
Probably.
Sure.
One of which is probably underboob, like you put into the group chat. Ditzy hot women with big boobs, so
and no bras. It was
bras didn't exist.
Now,
call me a
was,
pig. These women were just gorgeous. All
there
three
was a
of them
creeper
are
scene in
beautiful.
this though
Mhm.
that somehow,
No.
some way that got through, and I'm like, ew, how?
I'm
Gross.
gonna fix it. I'm gonna
Okay.
fix it. My guess is that was a stunt double.
I don't think it was.
Well, she's wearing a different dress that wouldn't have floated up like that.
Oh,
Maybe
Yeah.
For
I don't know. All I know is
all
intents and
1982.
purposes, for all intents and purposes, I'm saying it's a stunt double.
God,
okay.
I would hope so.
I appreciate.
I can't
that.
prove it, but I'm saying it because I thought the same thing.
Was
I
not.
was like, I don't want another Blue Lagoon situation here.
No.
Yep.
No, that was the one thing that I was completely shocked by. Like, whoa, back it off a little bit. That was not cool.
It was the first worst one, but there's another one.
There's another one that I'm not.
There's another one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right,
yeah.
well, I forgot that one already.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, that's later.
I don't want to talk about that right now.
I think Pete knows
we
which
don't
one
go-
I'm talking about.
We don't go back to back with uncomfortable subject matter.
No. I had no idea what to be in for, so I didn't even watch the trailer, which is something we've
Nope.
kind of gotten into a habit of doing, it just jumping into them. I just love the feel of how this movie even started. Like I'm an open book. I know nothing. I have no predilections towards anything. So I'm as if I walked into a theater and never even saw the movie poster.
Mhm.
And I was enjoying the hell out of it. I love the eeriness of what appears to be an abandoned town or village on a random island.
At the very
Greece.
beginning, it is.
At the very beginning,
They're walking
when
through these empty streets. There's nobody around.
nobody
See,
there.
I
Martin
got very,
Cove and the girl.
What was it? Skull Island vibes.
Very
Okay,
much so,
yeah.
The
right
girl
at
on
the
the raft.
beginning.
That's what I got.
So
No
that's
budget.
that one. That was the plot. We don't know it's a flashback right away, but that's what we're seeing is the flashback to the old tribe that lived on that island. So when we watch the first sacrifice, I'm talking as soon as Martin Cove and the girl are on
and
the
they're just
boat,
walking around. No one's
and
around
they
the town.
it's deserted almost.
Yeah, the opening scene is a flashback to a ceremony that happens to appease.
Right.
And there's even a voiceover that says they sacrifice virgins to placate the evil gods of the sea or something like that.
Right,
And then
she
it-
does the whole
Just to set the
coin.
scene.
And then
Yeah.
it jumps forward to present day with Martin Cove and
I don't remember her name whatsoever.
the Animal House gal. Barbara was her name. No, not Barbara. Is the other gal.
No, Babs was the other girl. This was a different one.
Now I'm getting super confused because her name was Babs. No, it wasn't. It doesn't matter. So
No, the girl that played Barbara in this, the James Earl Jones's girlfriend,
that
was Barbara. She also played Babs in Animal House.
No, it's the other way around. It was Martin.
Was it the other one? I thought I read
Martin
it was
Cove's girlfriend was in Animal House for sure. Because we
this
got
is riveting conversation.
Right,
for
we gotta
everyone.
see
You
her
guys
movies in
have me
National
completely lost.
That's okay.
National
Nate.
Lampoon or Animal House.
No,
Yeah,
I know
House.
Animal House, but I'm like, there's 3 girl characters.
There's
of them
two
are
girl-
blonde,
Two girls.
so
in
they
this
look
movie
exactly
were
the same to
both-
me.
Were both
Mm,
in that movie.
What?
They
Sure.
look exactly the same.
They're both blonde. They both are perky.
They're both
They look
white.
exactly
they both
the
got
same
big
to me.
boobs, right?
They both, like the only one that stuck out was Madeline because she had a different. She was not blonde.
And those green eyes. That
Yeah.
gal is stunning.
Also, I have no idea what the purpose of her in this whole movie was.
She
Mary Louise Weller was Sherry. Sherry is
okay, thank
Martin
you.
Cove's girlfriend. Yeah.
So the Madeline character is the sister of
Martin Cove.
Anyway, of Martin Cove, and what his name is Neil or something.
Neil.
Right? Okay.
Yep. I got IMDb pulled up. We need to know
great.
anything.
I was like,
I'll have it
thank you.
ready to go.
Karate Kid. That's all.
Right.
I got.
Karate
Crease.
Yeah.
Cobra
many
Kai.
names.
It's a jackass from those.
Right. So they're brother and sister, and he's looking for his sister because she's gone missing, and she's some sort of an artist or historical artisan of some sort.
That's what I gathered.
Yeah, and she's made her way to this island, and Martin Cove has taken Babs to the island to find her. That's the start of this movie,
Right.
and
That we slowly get because he gets on the island.
Yeah.
At first, it feels like they're just there to vacation. You know, they have their like picnic basket looking thing.
Yep.
They're taking pictures. They're very touristy.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden they're introduced to the village people.
Okay.
That's exactly how
somebody
they
throws a cat at them.
a cat randomly gets thrown.
At that moment, I know this was my kind of movie.
That's the second best part of the entire movie, and I'm not even making a joke.
Oh, Nate. Oh no. Is this another Slugs, Nate?
Oh, this is, I would dare to say, one of the worst movies I think we've ever covered.
No. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
I don't
To
wanna
say
talk
that I fucking
I don't wanna
hated
talk
this
to-
movie would be an understatement.
I don't have
wanna
a
talk to anybody.
gunshot in this show, damn it. What Nate's already dropping F-bombs.
We're allowed to
We're
do
live.
F-bombs on this show.
I know we are, but it's just reflex habit. Nate drops F-bomb, I hit gunshot.
No, like this could be the most boring movie I think I've ever watched. Like,
oh my God, really?
and also like now I got to eat crow a bit where like we didn't care for Scanners too much, Pete and I. But upon realizing that this came out a year after Scanners, I'm like, all right, if I watch this and then I watch Scanners, Scanners would be the best horror movie ever made. So it totally makes sense. This reminded me of an old 1950s sci-fi movie that your grandparents would have watched, telling you was a
it
scary
kind of
movie.
has that feel. I'm not.
It does.
gonna
It
deny
has that feel.
It has that old monster movie kind of.
Right.
Like there's more. This like I
This
definitely
isn't a
get that-
monster movie though. I refuse to say that because I
It is
feel
a
like this
monster movie.
monster got thrown in at the last second. Because if
No,
this
there's
was a
too many
monster movie,
references.
we would have gotten way more monster.
Less is more. Less
This was
is
too
more.
less. This was almost non-existent.
I would have to say, with some clever editing, this movie could actually be a pretty compelling, like, mystery drama. And it really wouldn't take a whole lot to do that
It
with what
could
we
have
have
been
existing.
A cult movie in the sense of us following like Wicker Man. That's what I was
Yeah.
being reminded
Oh,
of. But
That's a
I was like,
damn
oh,
good
we
movie.
found Madeline right out the gate. Like instantly. 6 minutes into the movie, we found her.
But I'm okay with that because now she is just like this in a trance all the time. Like she is so aloof to the entire world around her that I am now going, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, something has taken
No,
her.
see, I said what the hell's
attention.
going on quite a bit in this movie.
What the hell?
That was me constantly
I
throughout
like
this
that.
movie.
I had that ready to go.
What the hell?
I like that a lot.
Because like if it would have dove more into maybe her not being a part of the film in the beginning portion and adding the is she not there kind of thing, but also like where you guys were talking about like, oh, now you're invested. I was like, James Earl Jones is a dick. John
Yeah.
Kreese
Oh.
is a dick.
Oh,
Everyone's a dick.
Yeah.
I don't know why the Grease people are what they're doing at all. So like the whole time, like, I just don't care at this point. Like,
This subverts every expectation I thought I had of these type of movies because our hero isn't actually the hero I expected. The townspeople are acting in ways that don't make a lot of sense. I'm getting invested more in the girls
Mm-hmm.
talking and their lives for them to basically be ripped from us pretty quickly in the movie. And I am so intrigued by Madeline. I cannot take my eyes off her. And it's not about the looks. It's about how she's like emoting nothing almost. It's like she is just drained.
She's almost a zombie at this point.
Very close.
Or is possessed. Could be
which we find out later that's kind of what's going on.
Happens,
she's under like this
a spell
mystical power, because whoever is sacrificed has to go willingly to the demon.
Right.
You know,
they are expecting it, and they're giving themselves willingly, even though they might still be under the sway of.
There is still some type of sway that's causing it, because as we'll get into it later, that changes up a little bit. But I could not just get over watching her, and it was all the interactions. And I know you guys have yelled at me about other movies where it's like so much talking. Oh my God, there's so much going on here. This, I was totally sucked into this movie, and I got introduced to James Earl Jones, and we're going to talk about a misogynistic piece of shit in this movie. That's James, and I never thought I would say that about James Earl Jones.
He's awful in this movie. Like
say those words.
His character is a complete asshole, a complete alpha douchebag for sure. That you don't want to hang out with James Earl Jones. He is
not this character.
Oh, fun fact: we're going to be doing Night of the Creeps with Cinema Slab here soon.
Ooh,
yes, we are. Scanners
is weird.
It's supposed to be weird.
It is.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Scanners is way better than this movie.
I
mean, I can't not say that.
I don't know, man. I kind of like this one better than Scanners.
To say that I was bored out of my mind would be an understatement, but a lot of it has to deal with these characters hating them so much.
Right.
And when I finally get my monster, I'm like, oh, that's my monster. I like the way he looks, but he's only underwater.
Those teeth are gnarly, dude.
Which one was it you gave me that? It's this one.
Now that's a great movie. The problem is that's 100%. The only time you see the creature, and that's at the hour and 6 minute mark at an hour and 27-minute movie.
You get a good shot of him when he attacks the nun also later on in the film. And you get an up close shot of his
face in an hour and 27 movie. Yeah. That's all we get.
and then at the super very end, you see a really bad shut of his.
You see a really bad.
There's a very good reason, I'm sure, that they didn't concentrate on the monster too much, because that very last shot before it got blown up, that was rough.
Right. Well, here's
a good explosion though.
Nate also sent one that I think kind of gives a good idea of the. It's not fully misogynistic, but it's a pretty good clip from James Earl Jones.
There you go.
Who told you to bring a knife? You don't cut watermelon with a knife.
Oh, big knife. Yeah.
I don't know.
He just said random shit like that.
Wrong.
I'm gonna go punch a watermelon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go punch one.
And Gallagher had it down this entire time. We should have been hitting him with hammers.
Yeah, you don't open it with a knife.
But that's his, like, he just doesn't give a shit. The only thing he cares about is when we find out he's spelunking, and in the middle of the night he goes down and he finds the cave, the temple, or whatever you want to call.
The entrance to the river Styx or something.
That's all
I can kind of ascertain from that.
There's tiny little things that I got the same as that, because that's why they're giving it silver. It's kind of like the demon that guards the river Styx.
Well, those coins were something that you would give to, you would put on a corpse. You put
that's
it on
how they pay.
Or in their mouth.
You had to pay the boatman.
They would go. They paid.
You had to pay the boatman, but this was a little change on it, that they were actually paying it to the demon, which is why they gave it to the virgins too. You know, they put it in her mouth, and that's James Earl Jones is like collecting all these, because demon don't give a shit about these coins. Apparently, you know, they're just there because James Earl Jones is collecting them like the wishing well.
He had a whole bag
kid in the mall that's taking all the quarters out of the fountain.
Out the fountain.
Yeah, probably Nate.
I don't
when he
get
was
those
a kid.
pennies. I give me them quarters.
Only silver change, man.
Yep,
You don't
only
mess
silver,
with
nothing
pennies.
bronze, nothing.
But
copper.
yeah, so and that's really the only like true drive there is for James Earl Jones's character. But it's still slightly confusing because I'm like, that's what you're there for. You
Is he
found some
vacationing?
coins.
That's what I didn't understand.
There was a very confusing part where Madeline had brought James Earl Jones to the island because they were going to find this.
He says he's an archaeologist, right? He does
right.
say that he is one.
Right. So James Earl Jones later in the film says that she found this entrance to the underworld or something like that.
Right.
And that she started excavating this, or she started doing all this and brought him along for assistance or something like that, because he's a big strong man.
Well, it was underwater. I don't blame her. She took the easy job with the paintings. Let that dude go underwater.
It sounds like she found that cave first, though. So she must have had some scuba experience.
I think it was either that or she found proof that there was something down there.
It's here. Go find it.
There was not a clear this is how we got to this point in this movie,
which I'm okay with. I don't need all.
I filled in the blanks myself.
Very boring. If
apparently
even more boring than what
no details is boring. Look at him; he's just gone.
I'm lost. I have no idea what you guys are talking about right now. I fucking hated this movie.
The door that he explodes with so much C4. That
you mean his little box that just says warning explosives?
Modeling clay. That's exactly what it is.
Like cream cheese. And I don't know why he had it in the first place. And then he gave it to the girl and went spelunking. I went, oh, he's going to blow her up to sacrifice her to whatever beast at the beginning of the movie. And then that doesn't happen. So I was like, okay, why do you give her, like, here's a hunk of C4.
She is basically his slave.
She really is.
That's kind of what they're going for.
It feels like she's a dumb blonde, and she's just around to.
She's a pack mule. She is carry this, load it. So he gave her that box because it's her responsibility to put all his shit in the bag.
She's
that
a
he
pack
took
mule
down in water
and a cockpit. That's all she is.
I love that she goes, well, there's one reason I stick with him, and I'm like, oh wow, we really.
I can hear that voice, and I think what you're talking about.
Just put it out there. I was like, oh God, okay.
Why do I care about this character? Why is he here?
Well, honestly, it's still at this point. I don't.
Also, you got your sister. Go back home. Why are you still vacationing in Greece?
She didn't want to leave.
Everyone's being weird.
He tried to leave. Then they blamed him for killing the one girl that went missing. That I wish we had saw. I wish we'd have seen.
That would have been a good. And she goes out to the ocean
and she could have just went under the water, done like a Jaws type thing, where boom, she's gone. So they get blamed for this missing girl, and they're not allowed to get back on the boat. Somehow they're all back on boats again. They still couldn't put that together later.
There's some temptation going on.
I know that there's a girl, and isn't she the one they accuse of hitting her with the boat?
Yeah, that's the so.
By the way, in 300 feet of water, which James Earl Jones dives under the boat.
He was not in 300 feet of water.
They were in 12 feet of water at best.
I pointed that out to Jackie. I said, we just saw the bottom. That is not 300 foot of water. That
made me laugh so much.
I
had to pause the film to collect myself.
So we have the one village girl we never see that they claim went missing. That they find her later. She's in the fishing net.
Yep.
That they pull up. Then we have, you don't remember the girl in the fishing net?
No, the fishing net, no.
Oh my God.
I watched this morning.
I don't think Nate watched it. I think
they brought her up after.
I think Nate was playing Zelda while watching this movie.
I mean, I was looking at my phone quite a bit where I was just like, oh my
God. Bad Nate.
Hey,
don't do that.
This is the most boring film we've ever covered.
No, it's not. Stop it. It's not.
It is.
So
hands down.
Right after our Grease guys pervertly watching Babs go into the water and take her clothes off when she gets attacked. Right after that, the fishermen come onto the dock and they have this girl in a fishing net, and they all all of our characters look
Is
and
that the
go,
blonde?
No,
Babs.
that was
I don't know.
the girl in the fishing
not
net
even
was the
listening
girl
to
from the
me.
village.
No, I'm
that we
listening.
never
Like,
met.
I got no memory recognition of
So
what this person
Babs
looks
you
was
like.
don't
on the
remember. You don't
rocks.
remember Babs going in the water, taking her clothes off.
And the skeevy
That's the
old
blonde, right?
pervert.
That's the
Yes.
blonde girl.
Yeah.
So Babs goes in the
One-
water.
one
and
of the
gets
two
attacked,
blonde girls.
gets attacked by the monster. We watch
Yep.
it, right?
Yep.
The very next scene is fishermen coming up to the dock with a girl in a
In the
fishing
boat,
net.
in a fishing net. Yeah.
That's not Babs.
Not
That's
Babs.
the
Oh, I
village
thought that was
girl.
Babs.
Not Babs.
Babs got found on the rocks
By
in
children.
pieces.
Right.
Her
Yeah.
There was a foot
is
There was a
floating.
floating
foot,
around.
yeah.
That was the best.
I'm about to make him go watch it again and read
No,
it.
do
This
not
is-
make me go watch it again. This is the equivalent of getting grounded and getting sent to the corner.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez. Woof.
So we've had those two kills by the monster. Then the nun. Is it the nun? No, it's not the nun. It's the mom. The mom
mother.
of the little girl falls into the water trying to save
Yep.
the little girl.
And
Yes.
that's where the monster pops up and eats her arm.
And he eats her arm, or eats her totally, and that's where we get that awesome.
Yeah, that's the one that James Earl Jones watches
Sees.
happen. He sees the creature.
So he finally realizes there's a monster here somewhere.
Now,
Yeah.
there's only 20 minutes left of the movie at this point.
Okay, so 70s and early 80s films took their time to tell a story.
Yeah.
Nate. And this is one of watch The Wicker Man again, the original Wicker Man with Christopher Lee. That is a slow ass movie
But it's
until the last
creepy
20
and
minutes.
just
It's
weird.
very
This
creepy.
you know?
one.
was
This one's
creepy.
creepy.
Oh.
Because there's
Oh,
there's
no.
all this like what is going on as she's peeling back the layers of this weird, I don't know how she's doing it, this painting.
I don't know if this is a real thing they can do, but I do know that they've painted over older paintings.
Yes,
Right,
that
They
is a
would
thing.
conserve it.
That is definitely a thing.
All I could put together was I kind of felt like she put something on the surface and then somehow was
sucked it off.
peeling. I don't think it's real. I don't think that's actually how it works.
I don't think that's how that works.
I think you have to
You
destroy
have to
whatever's
destroy
been
the top layer.
right. But there's 3 layers on the
There's
paint
3 layers.
because they peel off the one and it's a dude that's been stabbed with a sword fighting a dragon. And
Mhm.
they're like,
That's
why does
Saint
it
Michael. That's a famous Saint Michael
That's the Saint Michael
depiction. Yep.
kills the dragon.
The dragon. Yep.
And
It's
then
very
the
famous.
next one is Demon Dong.
But they tease you for so long, and they show it, and you're like, Demon Dong. There
It's
it is.
the Demon Dong with a girl kneeled in front of it. And you're like,
She's,
all right, we get it.
yep, Nate, shirtless girl, big old penis. There you go. That's what's supposed to happen.
And that added another layer to what happens at the end because the first girl we watch, we only see the monster jump up and knock her off the raft. And then we don't see anything else. Now with this painting and what we find out at the end is this demon actually is wanting a virgin
Mhm.
and wanting a good looking girl because he's about to make another demon. And that's,
Oh.
it's not just about eating them.
Oh boy.
Is
Yeah.
that what was happening?
Yes.
Mhm.
When she's
Okay.
fully possessed and goes under the water into the cave,
With no
and-
scuba gear, by the way.
no scuba gear, she
That's
draws the
when Karate
Matt-
Kid jackass finds her, right?
Well,
Right.
okay, so Madeline goes off and dives for way too long for a normal human to be able to breathe
She's in
without
trance.
a scuba gear. Right.
Yeah.
And she pops up, and that scene when she slowly, or when her head is just barely above the water. Oh,
great,
that's so
great shot.
I so love that.
That was such a great
it's
shot.
wonderful.
I loved it.
And then we've got a very uncomfortable scene where the demon might be having its way with her.
Think it was not that it was actually there, it was just her
I-
body is
I-
reacting because we never see the demon in the room.
No, you don't. You even see a big shot above her where there's nothing
There's
there,
nothing
but
there.
she is definitely experiencing something, much like Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters. Quite
Yeah.
possibly there was a demonic or invisible force.
Like That's very possible. Basically,
right.
she's getting it on with something, and she's
Right.
enjoying it.
And the reason they don't have something on top of her is because of budget. I'm quite certain.
Well, budget, rating, and you
Well,
want to show the girl.
It's still R.
It's still R, but also
But-
remember, this is a time that if you did too much, you'd have got
Oh,
hit with
okay.
you would've got the X.
80,
You would've got the
82.
X.
All right.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
So that was her in like basically full ecstasy mode.
That was her O face. She was
Yeah, and that's
getting it on.
where you
Mhm.
start realizing it's not just the demon eating a virgin sacrifice. There's a whole nother thing to it that's actually, this is what actually appeases the demon, because it's already ate like 3 people.
with
you
that,
know,
with
they
that
weren't
painting.
sacrifices.
Clearly, the demon doesn't want to eat the virgin. He wants to
Have sex with it.
have the virgin, right?
Yeah, he wants to have the virgin.
Mhm.
We also get James Earl Jones is just pretty much lost it once Babs dies, which he has treated Babs like shit this entire movie, and then she dies, and now he acts like he cares.
And now, right?
Yeah, and I'm just like, bro, this is too little, too late.
Nate's not wrong. He's a hard.
He's a piece of shit.
Like
It
he's
hurts me to
impossible
say
like.
that. I don't like saying that about James Earl Jones. You know, I'm sure
He's
he's a lovely,
terrible.
lovely
Where I was
man.
just like,
Terrible.
please kill this guy already.
This character, not
both
James
of
Earl
the-
Jones.
Right.
The character.
Oh, yeah.
But both of the male characters.
Oh, no.
Well,
Everyone.
Michael Cove
They're-
Literally
wasn't
everyone but
that
Madeline.
bad. This
Really?
was this is
Oh,
my
yeah.
whole thing. Michael Cove is Martin Cove. I don't know why I keep saying Michael. I kept expecting him to be the big strong hero that's going to win
You were
at
expecting him
the
to do
end of
karate on the monster.
exactly. I wanted him to do karate. Well, I like I do in all my monster movies, or like we did Deep Star 6 and all these other ones. There's always the final hero that wins at the end, and I expected that to be Martin. I wanted Martin Cove to be the action hero, basically, and he really does nothing in this movie. Like, I don't consider him a piece of shit. I just consider him this like clueless guy who's just like, I'm just here to get my sister.
Right.
Which is truly all he's trying to do. He's trying to convince her to go with him. She's She goes and hides from him. He doesn't treat his newlywed wife like shit.
His wife was it a wife?
I think they had just got married because they were talking like this is kind of a honeymoon, but it's not.
Yeah, he didn't treat her poorly.
No, so I didn't take it as he is a bad guy. I just took it as he just has no idea what's actually going on, and no one's giving him any answers. And at that point, you're just kind of like, F it. I'm not leaving without her though, so let's figure it out.
It's
which
almost
is
like
why
he was saying, "What the hell?
What the hell?
Oh, hey, that was me."
How long have I had that comment up there?
You've had it up there for a while.
Yeah. What's going on in the channel?
Yeah.
J-Man says he hasn't seen this.
J-Man
one.
not seen this one.
How have we not seen this one?
The Wicker Man is, J-Man, a masterpiece.
Trust me,
You're
I wish you
goddamn
could go back in
right.
time.
That movie
Absolutely.
is.
Yeah.
J-Man, go with Witchfinder General. Also, if you want something that's horribly uncomfortable and terrifying, Witchfinder General with Vincent Price. It's a
I
gem.
need to watch that one still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nate, you need to see Witchfinder General.
That I guarantee I would enjoy.
It's
Oh,
oh
really?
no,
Are we
you're
gonna
not. You're
guarantee
not gonna
you're
like
gonna
that
enjoy
movie. That movie is bad. It's not bad. It's just like, oh, I can't stand this movie.
It's so hard to gauge what Pete actually means sometimes.
I know, right? Like I literally do not
uses
know what he just meant by that.
Everything
much
is
like this
backwards.
movie where I had no idea what was going
It's a
on.
marvelous film that has a subject material that makes me very, very butt puckery.
Butt puckery. I'm gonna put that on a shirt for Pete.
Yeah.
Butt puckery. Good. Give me back my action and horror movies where Pete picks butt puckery type movies.
And if
Yeah.
you tune into Good Beer Bad Movie Night,
And good beer, bad movie night.
mouthfeel, creamy
Yeah.
mouthfeel.
Creamy mouthfeel. Wordsmiths over there at Good Beer Bad Movie Night. It is fantastic. So we kind of jumping around a little bit, and we've kind of already jumped up into where Madeline we're at the final part. there is a point where we're watching James Earl Jones just kind of get further and further into madness.
He really is.
And,
Yeah, it's whatever has possessed Madeline is digging its fingers into James Earl Jones.
I took it a little bit as
it was
that.
just the alcohol.
Well, he is a drunk in this movie.
He started drinking right after Babs dies.
Yeah,
she doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Well, he's also been drinking wine the entire movie too. So he's kind of kept that buzz going the entire movie. But there's also a thing to remember is he's the only one that saw the monster eat someone. Not only just to see the monster, which should be traumatic for anyone, but he watched it devour a person. So he's kind of like struggling with what he has seen, what he knows he's been studying. There was a really good jump scare in this movie, and I don't know if it got you guys.
It wasn't the cat, was it?
I didn't jump at the cat. I couldn't help but laugh because I was
like, it was very
and I have cats.
Somebody literally threw a cat at.
Hopefully someone caught it, but they do show the cat lands, and the kids do get yelled at for throwing the cat, which I thought was funny.
Who throws a cat? I mean, honestly.
They had just James Earl Jones had just rescued the little girl out of the water, and they have that big celebration at the end, and they bring her out on a replica of the old raft. So us as viewers are going, "Oh shit, they're getting ready to put her out in the water."
Yep.
And even Martin Cove and his wife are like, "This ain't cool. Something bad's getting ready to happen." And the mayor's standing there going, "This is our ways. You can't interfere. Just let us do what we have to." And it gets really intense. There's music being played, like drums. They turn the girl around. There's torches all around her. And then out of fucking nowhere, this dude dressed up like a demon, jumps up behind her and grabs her. And I will admit, I went, "Oh shit, the hell was that?"
And Sherry screams bloody murder. It's
like
great.
She watched someone. It was.
Yep.
I loved that whole thing, and they did it perfectly because they're giving us POV on the beach of the monster. What we don't realize is the monster's on its way up to the monastery to destroy the nuns and everything, but they lead it up as if the monster's going up to the celebration to grab that little girl.
Right.
So you are just like, "The hell's going on? This is actually getting ready to happen in front of everyone." Boom, nothing. And then it's like immediately the nun comes down that's all like messed up, bloody.
It's all bloody. And
you realize, oh shit, it went up there. And we get that great shot. We didn't grab the clip of that one. It's literally nothing but the mouth chewing on body parts of the nuns. And they go up and inspect it. And I give them some credit. I love the way they had like the nuns flailed out. That one that was like
on the wall,
attached to the wall.
Oh yeah,
the look on her face, and they had kind of like widened out her face a little bit. Freaky as hell. Like that was a disturbing pose and everything that I was like, "Damn, this is really good." And this is like the big climax because then we go underwater.
Then we go underwater into the cave or whatever.
James Earl Jones goes down there, pops up, like all his shit. His lights have been. This was my other thing. He gets mad because Martin Cove follows him. And he accuses him of messing up his shit. And I was like, "You blew up the freaking cave. Did you think it was all going to stay put after you did that?"
That never made a lot of sense to me.
No,
why
you
would blow this up?
Are
you an archaeologist? Or are you just trying to figure things out? That piece in the very beginning was like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Now, when he blew that door open, I will say, that was really cool shot with all that fog rolling out of that cave and across the top of the water where you couldn't even see the water anymore. I was like, I loved this entire shot. And then it would take the camera inside the cave and look out towards James Earl Jones. Now, cinematography in this movie, as much as Nate was bored, I loved it.
Look at Nate. Nate is just like,
yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
There were
right now.
fantastically gorgeous. You don't remember
this is a two-person podcast, Charlie. Let's go.
Hold on. How do I do this? Hold on. There we go. Bye-bye, Nick. There you go. Bye-bye. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, I don't. No, that's not.
Quit picking your nose. It's fine. Oh man, no. We'll get to it here in a second.
Cinematography, or a movie where you couldn't see shit, where it's nighttime. That
I saw everything. I thought this was clear.
I thought it was a good transfer. I mean,
I thought it was gorgeous.
The Arrow version of this movie, so
it is
beautiful.
Yeah. So the explosion is beautiful.
It's not like Deep Star 6, which was like I couldn't see
that was
thing.
Yeah,
it was rough. That was rough.
That one's pretty bad. So we get Martin Cove. He grabs his sister, who just got done doing her thing. Kind of snaps her out of it for a second. So
he does. He just give her a big smack, which is like, oh, I hate.
You could tell it was fake, though. You can tell it wasn't like they actually hit her.
Oh, when she wouldn't take the
it was more of
or whatever.
He was trying to get her to go under the water. They finally get her to go.
And he had two respirators. Do you typically have two respirators in is there redundancy?
If you had watched when they're on the boat before James Earl Jones goes under, he keeps asking him, "Do you have a backup respirator? Do you have a backup?"
Okay.
So I was really happy they explained that, because normally you don't. But he asked him if he had a backup so he could do the T in so they could both breathe. So we get this Martin Cove, and this is where I'm like, okay, I knew I was getting ready to watch James Earl Jones die.
Right.
I knew that. So Martin Cove's leaving with his sister. James Earl Jones basically sets up a bomb. And
C4, I think.
Yeah, it's all the C4 that was
the rest
left.
of his plastic Acme
his plastic
explosives.
And I bust out laughing. He's yelling at this demon, like him and this demon are going at it, and the demon starts chomping on his nuts, like straight up. Our clip just missed. There's a brief second where you see James Earl Jones's legs and the demon come up between his legs and start. I was like, damn, he just ate James Earl Jones's monster.
The monster ate the monster, right?
And I was laughing, and then it blows up, and I'm shocked. Like, did he just blow up the monster? Like,
and himself. Yeah.
Well, the sacrifice at end I'm used to in movies, but I'm going, what the hell is Martin Cove going to do? Like, I'm literally still stuck on the fact that Martin Cove is supposed to be the hero at the end of this movie.
He's kind of nothing.
He really is. And I like Martin Cove as an actor. I mean, I've watched many of his movies. I think I just got Steel Justice on the on Blu-ray not too long ago, and I'm looking forward to watching that again. And it's an action movie. He goes full like Vietnam, like hunting people down. It's amazing. But I'm used to him being the Karate Kid, Kreese and all this other stuff. But I'm watching this movie going, is there another monster? Does it reassemble itself? What's happening?
Let's hope not.
I've watched a lot of movies, Pete.
Yeah.
Not this one.
That would.
And James Earl Jones blows it up. We get a cool, bloody. It looks like Bossk's head from Star Wars.
Yeah, a little bit.
Floating. It does look a little bit like Bossk. And then we go up on the boat, and it's Martin Cove and his sister, and it's like the happy music starts playing. She seems to have come out of whatever trance she was in.
Okay, she definitely came out of it.
She came out. She came out of it way too early. Let me just say that right now, because this is the second ooh moment in this movie.
Don't like this.
Didn't like this at all.
Nope.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
She makes out with her brother on the boat.
Does she?
What you do is you hug your sister. We've survived,
right?
And she full mouth kisses,
like full on, like
brother,
deep kiss.
And at that point, I was just so happy this movie was almost over.
These are both very beautiful people, but I don't care how beautiful you are, you don't make out with.
It was so weird because when they're looking at each other, I went, "Wow, y'all are looking like you're going to kiss or something." And then it kept going, and I was just like, "No."
So they had the Joe Dirt moment of "I'm your brother, I'm your brother."
That basically was it, and and he didn't like.
He didn't stop. He didn't go. Oh, hold on.
This is where the difference should have been. Had she still been under the trance from the demon in that whole mode,
okay.
She goes to do that, and he stops her. Even if you want the lips to touch for a second, and he's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" I would have been okay.
Okay,
Not
all right.
after the demons exploded. She's fully out of the trance. She open mouth kisses Martin Cove, who's her brother in this movie, and he doesn't stop her. And I was just like, J-Man will tell you, we covered a movie that has incest, even though they try to explain away the incest by it being he was adopted. He didn't know that when he asked permission to marry his sister. It was after they found out they wanted to get married.
Is that Old Boy?
No, it wasn't Old Boy. I don't have my list. I can't remember. It was when we were doing our sword and sorcery movies. J-Man, if you're still on here, put the name of that movie. So I made that joke to Jackie. I went, was it because James Earl Jones is in this movie they had to have a brother and sister kiss? Is that like a contract thing with him? Because it Vader, Luke and Leia kiss.
Right, yeah.
This one, Luke and Leia kiss. And it's just, oh my God, man. And I hated that ending. Like, Arrow, why did you leave that in there?
It gets worse. It gets worse. So they open mouth kiss, and then the next scene you see is Martin. Oh hell,
Martin Cove.
Thank you. And Babs from Animal House.
Babs is dead. Well, Babs from Animal House, but this is Sherry. Sherry's his wife's name.
Sherry driving away, and they dumped off Madeline in
Madeline stayed.
So she didn't stay. They dumped her in a boat, docked to.
That's right.
This boat is docked to the pier of the city or the town or whatever
village, whatever it is.
Martin Cove takes off with his wife, and she's there shivering under a blanket because she now has PTSD from being taken advantage of. Or did she take advantage of him? I don't know.
No clue.
I did not like this ending.
That should have been they should have cut. They should have cut from the kiss.
Hard cut. No, before the kiss.
That's what I'm saying.
Hard cut. Hug. Movie done.
Right. Thank you. Cut it. Then don't show her being on the boat, but show their boat leaving. So we can just assume Madeline's on the boat.
Three of them are going back to civilization.
Arrow, you should have fixed that. Like, seriously. I know you don't like to mess with the filmmakers stuff.
They shouldn't mess with the film as no
should have.
But the original filmmakers needs to knock that shit off, because that
told me that was definitely like a foreign director. Not that I'm trying to be mean, but that was just something.
I don't even know. Yeah,
like I'm sure it had to have been.
That's some Roses in the Attic thing.
It was. That was
the
most disturbing thing in this movie. It was that kiss. I did not like that.
No.
But I'm gonna say it didn't tear away what I feel about this movie. And I got done watching this. Jackie and I were talking about it, and she kind of goes, "It was a meh movie for me." She's like, "I didn't hate it. Okay. I didn't love it. It's just kind of meh." And I literally all last night going, I'm torn. This isn't the greatest movie I've ever seen. It's not the worst movie I've ever
seen. But it's a 50-50. It's a pass-fail.
I know it's a pass-fail, and that's where I'm struggling. Because I'm like, is this treasure or is this trash? Because it's right. It's not treasure and it's not trash, and it's so weird. I already know what Nate's going to say.
It's not weird enough. This is weird.
Nate, just say it. Just say what.
This is bottom of the barrel trash. This is what is the sewage that is underneath the trash can.
That's
what this
stuff
is.
Wow.
Yeah, where like all the juices of the trash have fallen.
No,
that's what this is.
That's too harsh.
No, it's not. This
you're
movie
pulling
was
another slug.
Painstakingly boring. It gave me nothing but characters that I absolutely hate. I had no idea what the hell is going on. There's nothing wrong with
movies doing that.
Because it has an incoherent storyline. Hour and 27-minute long, where it takes an hour and 6 minutes to get to our monster, who you see for 1 second.
I don't have a
and then we see him for 2 seconds later on in the movie.
So he's got like 6 seconds in this movie.
Yeah, at least. No reason why these people from Greece are sacrificing these virgins.
Tradition.
Yes, it's
That's
they're
a bull
placating their
reason,
god.
and that is exactly why we have the
And their
South
god
always
has
going
been
on and on
their
about,
god has
the
been
Confederacy.
placated for centuries.
Yeah. They weren't
And-
sacrificing real people. They were I feel like they were reenacting the sacrifice like they were doing with the little girl.
In that ceremony, they were
in that
reenacting it.
ceremony. That's what they did. But the demon was locked up till
Right.
James Earl
It
Jones
wasn't
opened the door.
He opened the door,
Right.
and then shit started to happen.
Yeah. The normal dead people they're given the coins is the river Styx thing. It's like when you die, here's your thing to go across the Styx.
I think that when they buried those two people or put them in the coffins,
yeah,
the mayor came up there and went, okay, I know what's going on. We need to give them coins to get over the river Styx, because people in the past, in the last 1,000 years or something like that, haven't been. I don't feel like they've had to do that until the mayor realized that, okay, you've woken the demon.
They knew when
we need to make sure that this shit happens.
When the island shook, they knew something happened.
None of
it was
the people
also
that lived on the island looked like they wanted to be on the island, nor did the people vacationing on the island look like they wanted to be at the island.
No. I do love when the one girl yells at the guys about, I thought all you Grease guys liked boys. And I was like, holy shit.
What was that all about? I had no idea.
I don't know, but she went off on them. And I'm like, is that a thing? I had no idea.
I don't know.
Everyone was a dick to the Grease people. I was like, get out of here.
The Grease people were a dick to them first.
I don't know why anyone was being a dick, though. Everyone.
Look, I'll give it to the mayor. These rando white people show up at your island unannounced and start walking around like they own the town, even though it looks abandoned.
Go America.
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 Yeah.
I own the world.
We said we're going to put a McDonald's over there. Right. Over there's going to be the Starbucks.
And over there be another Starbucks inside of McDonald's.
Martin Cove even goes, I don't know, but I'd like to find a place to get a nice beer. I was like, this is the most American thing ever. And I loved it. But no,
he's like, right. I want a beer.
These invaders have shown up on an island, and this is an island. So finite resources, a lot of inbreeding probably. But, the people are just reacting as they would to anyone that comes into a tribe that hasn't seen, modern times as much. So I get why the islanders are dicks. It's everything. What it does is it just causes this cascading effect of being a dick. It's like, you're a dick to me, I'm going to be a dick to you. James Earl Jones holds a knife to to Martin Cove's neck. I don't think I'd be best pen pals with that dude later on. You know what I mean?
No, but
it was a rusty knife too. That's a dick move. You don't use a rusty knife.
I'm supposed to care about any of these characters.
No, I never said
I don't even get to see a monster kill them.
James Earl Jones dies with a monster. I'm not saying you have to like. There can be movies that you don't like the characters. There's nothing wrong with that. You can have an entire movie where you're like, I hate everyone and I want to watch them all die. And there's nothing wrong with movies like that. This movie only flaw is some incoherent storytelling. They just don't quite tie the pieces where they need to be tied for us, the viewer.
Right. It's a mystery that doesn't. They don't lay out the
mystery.
Pieces.
I say fumbled in storytelling. That's not a mystery. That is, we just didn't know what we were writing. You can't say that's a mystery. A mystery is done well to the extent where the detective or whoever solves the case.
Well, this is the
fumble.
But these are normal people. This isn't like a detective like in The Wicker Man, who was a police officer and a detective trying to figure out the mystery. These are normal.
Go home.
Nate, this is you walking into island out of nowhere and trying to figure what the hell's going on here.
But there's also
know what's going on.
There's two different ways to do a mystery. You can do a mystery where you as the viewer have no idea till the end. Like you're following along with the characters with no perception of what is supposed to be happening. Or you do where we're watching them solve a mystery. We already have little pieces of the puzzle that we go, it's a monster. We understand that. But they leave just enough of, well, why is she acting like this? That was the really cool thing, was finding out why she was acting like she was in a trance 90% of the time. and then the uncovering of certain clues with the demon picture, and then all these other little pieces, the ceremony with the girl, so many of these little things that we get filled in as, to where by the end it's not a mystery. Now it's a monster movie, but to the people in the movie, they have no idea what's going on till the very end. Like Martin Cove's still probably going, I have no idea what the hell's going on, because I don't think he ever saw the monster fully, because he takes off
he
with
ever saw the
Madeline.
movie. Because if I were to ask him at like convention, like, yo, what'd you think about Blood Type? I'd be like, I have no idea what was going on.
I'm gonna ask him next time I get a chance.
Yeah,
if I go to
get him at RobCon. That way he'd be like, what the hell?
I'm gonna ask him about that. That's it. So,
Totally
so Nate's trash.
Oh yeah, so much trash.
If I have to draw a line in the sand, as we've dictated on this, it has to be trash or treasure. Giving it treasure. I'm giving it treasure. Pete, what about you, bub?
Treasure. I think this was a lot of fun.
I need 2 new co-hosts.
No.
You're on your own, son. Good luck.
Good luck.
That means I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to be a part of this goddamn trash.
This is a monster movie, man.
This was a unique monster movie that
has no monster in it.
It worked on a budget. It was
not just a budget, but you know what? It was also while the story is a little disjointed, I was still able to fill in the missing pieces.
Yep.
And it didn't take away from the experience. I really fully enjoyed this movie. Like Pete says, I'm seriously thinking about getting the Arrow release. I think I
really am. I want to see more. I want to see some of the behind the scenes, and I want to
throw
see
$20 at, guys. There's better movies to throw $20.
I just bought flipping Legend, for heaven's sakes.
Legend's a classic movie.
No, it sucks ass.
No, it does not. Legend's awesome. Tim Curry's phenomenal in it.
Like, I'm going to take Nate serious after he bashed Deep Star 6. So I don't all I hear from him is blah, 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 blah,
hour
blah.
and 2 minutes to get the monster in that movie. You guys are like, we like monster movies that don't have monsters in it.
There's monsters in them.
And then I'm like, here's Trimmers, the monsters, boom, right out the gate, right there.
No, look, this is the Tubi Files. We had no idea what we were getting into.
This is true.
So
here's Creature.
Eat
we
a
get
bag
the
of
monster
dicks,
right
Nate.
out the gate.
Eat a bag of dicks, Nate.
Creature was 10 times better.
Creature, we didn't get the reveal of Creature for quite a while.
There was so much other stuff happening.
Yeah, this monster ate people as it went. There was good drama and mystery and antagonism going on in this movie.
Yeah, like literally one person.
But it was a good eating.
This movie
it was a good chomp.
It was a good.
Even James Earl Jones said chomp, chomp, chomp at the
chomp, chomp, chomp. And that now means we're all tied.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
It's all been.
Did not expect that to happen.
On
I didn't
TV.
expect this. I thought Charlie was going to hate this as much as I did, because I was like, this movie's awful.
That's why I kept quiet.
This could be the most boring movie I've ever seen.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. I watched it last night. Couldn't tear away from it. Because Tubi gives you commercials. There's a couple times I went on IMDb and I was looking up things. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was thinking about this all day today. The conversation I had with Jackie about it. I can't put my finger on why I like it. Now, this is not a 10 of a 10 movie by any stretch of the imagination.
No, if this was ours, I would give this a 1. That's how much I hate this. If it was Eats, it'd be a 6-beer movie. Like
I would be like in the 5.5 range.
Yeah.
I was like skirting 6. I'm like, right around there.
There's a couple. Like honestly, had you fixed the ending, I probably would have got to a 6.
Oh, bad ending.
And that's the bad taste it leaves in your mouth at the end.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
I hate that so much.
Hug it out and cut. And but
done.
As she's sitting in that boat that they
weird
dumped her off in.
And he didn't want her telling his wife,
realizing that she just had sex with her brother. Like,
they didn't have sex.
Do you not think they had sex?
No, I think it stopped.
I don't remember this scene happening at all.
Open mouth kiss.
I think that's what beat in my head canon. It stopped. Okay. It was a stunt girl earlier, and they stopped after the kiss.
There's a reason why this director never made anything else after this, because he made a really trash film.
Is it true?
Yeah.
I believe that. I'm not shocked by that. This felt like a a really well done art house kind of like college film almost, like there's moments of wow, that was really good, and then there's a lot of the fuck is going on.
Are you
if
trying
they
to
can
tell
say-
me a message and I'm not getting
right?
it? I
Yeah,
don't know.
Nate.
Nate
No,
did
no
not get her
words.
message.
No
I
words
didn't
go
get
over
any
my
message.
head.
No,
I am
all
too
right.
fast.
I look at
will
this,
catch them.
description over here on my right-hand side where it says accidentally freeze a monster that forces local villagers to sacrifice virgins.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's not what happens at all. Like,
It
the
is
monster
totally
gets
what
accidentally
happens.
freeze, but then, nothing happens.
No, nothing. Stuff happens.
I don't know how, like, guys like monster movies where monsters don't even appear in the goddamn movie.
It's all right. It's all
in the
right.
movie.
Fairly
We like-
certain he's got 40
We like
seconds.
what we like, and
seconds.
you didn't like this one. That's okay.
Look,
I forgive you, Nate.
Yeah, give me more of that guy.
Yeah.
I think there was a reason they didn't show a lot of it because it wasn't a very good.
What the hell? Still at that point.
Oh my
Well, to me,
gosh.
like, if this would have at least been so bad it's good, but it wasn't like Creature. Like, Creature was so bad it's good. And like this, I was like, this is just bad. Like, I'm not having
You're
fun
wrong.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
You're wrong, Nate. This you're wrong. This is Slugs all over again, Pete. I don't know what it is. With
Slugs was way more fun than this.
Go back and listen to that episode. You were
Oh, you
not
hated
having
it.
fun until
You
we
were-
talked about
Well,
Mike
my
Brady.
memory of
You
talking
were
about Slugs
angry,
is
Nate.
way more fun.
You got excited when all the worms come flying out of that dude's face in the restaurant.
Yep.
It was very
Just
cool.
about as much as you did when you go, oh, that part of the monster is cool. You liked Mike Brady,
Oh, Mike Brady's the best.
and
Mike
you
Brady is
only
Mike Brady should have been
really
in this movie.
Yeah.
like him because of the folklore we've created behind
Yep,
him
this
now.
is true.
But you did not like Slugs at all.
Yeah, but
And- Yeah.
I hate this movie more than
I also think you were in a bad place when you watched. Slugs.
I was.
Maybe
You were
I was in a
Maybe
good place with
a
this
place
one.
when you watched
you in
this
a
one.
good place.
You were in a
I
good
was in a real
place?
good place for this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was
Oh.
just like, this movie's really bad.
That first 20 minutes is a little bit of an
That
effort.
first hour
but
and
I-
25
there was-
minutes.
But once they get to the beach and they
Once it
start
gets to
showing
hour
off their
26.
boobs, and then
Jackie knew exactly when Pete got interested in this movie. She goes, well, there's the keyword Pete punched in for this movie. So it was, we get it. Actually, it was you get boobs first 45 seconds to a minute of this movie because the virgin at the beginning of it gets detopped.
oh yeah,
So yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you get boobs pretty quick in this movie. If you want
I-
boobs, this movie.
If the characters would have been more fun to follow around, this could have been more enjoyable for me. But the fact that I hated all of them, I was just
You
like,
don't have to like. I liked Babs. I liked Babs. I liked
you have
James
to
Earl
like a
Jones.
character in a movie. If not, you're going to be disconnected from a movie. What movie is there where every character is so unlikable? You're like, I don't want to watch. Like, I like this.
all the gals were likable. The dudes were just
Yeah, I'm gonna say the
jack-offs.
girls are likable, and that's why I said earlier in this movie they were kind of the ones I was following in this
Mhm.
movie more than
Rooting
anything.
Blondes
for
were
it,
the
too.
same character, and Madeline didn't do anything.
They weren't the same character. They
Madeline was the one that was possessed. You weirdo.
Yeah, Madeline's one that covered
Didn't do
herself
anything.
in expensive perfume. That was laughing my
and then
ass off
jumps
at that.
in the water and shows
Yeah.
up. Well, there's.
It's a wet t-shirt contest.
I know
Um,
it was lovely.
Pete's like,
You don't have any
I'm a
strap tan
pig. I
line.
know. I'm a pig. What's that?
Yeah, you don't have
You,
any
you
strap
don't have a
tan
tan
line.
line, right?
How do you do that?
Nate, what? Nate did watch the movie.
That
Yeah.
part.
Well, I watched the movie.
got
Bashing
to
my
watch
brains in the whole time.
James Earl Jones punch a watermelon.
Yeah.
It was
Because then I was just like, why do you punch the watermelon?
That's how
Why does the
you-
watermelon look like
this
that?
is literally Nate.
What the hell?
the
Ah,
manly way to open up a watermelon.
I've been eating watermelon wrong. Is the only thing I learned.
Clearly.
Right, totally.
You all
been eating
seen
that
the-
wrong.
I'm
But, like-
scared my next pick's going to be trash as well. So,
Let's go. What is your next pick?
Yeah,
All
Nate,
right.
you got to announce what
Let's
your
do
next
it.
pick is.
my next pick is from 1988. It is called Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bowl.
Totally seen this movie.
with Leanna
I-
Quigley.
I cannot. I am so excited. Have you not seen this name?
I've never seen this one. It's on my Tubi File pick.
I'm so excited.
I found out that there was a movie with Leanna Quigley and an imp in a bowling alley.
Yep.
And they go at it. I'm sold.
I have not watched this in a very, very long time, so it'll almost be a new watch. I do believe Spoils of Horror has talked about this movie once or twice.
Have they?
They haven't covered it. I think they've talked about.
Oh, okay.
This movie.
I've never heard of this one. So
yes, this is a.
It looks like an ultimate 80s cheese fest.
I am so excited. This movie is.
If my memory serves,
wonderful.
We're in for a treat.
The picture of the imp. I'm fully sold on him. So
yeah.
And it's only an hour and 20. So like I'm guessing the first 30 minutes will probably be boring. And then after that, it's gonna be a thrill ride, but we'll see.
I think it's gonna be interesting. So all right. Well, you heard it. It's the movie.
Hey, I'm not afraid to, call my own stuff trash. It ends up being that way.
Oh, it's an awful movie, but it's so entertaining that we're gonna love it. Yep.
And so far we're 3 for 3. So we got to keep this streak going.
Yeah. No one won this quarter.
I feel like it's gonna get harder as we go.
We haven't had a unanimous nothing yet, right? Unanimous.
No,
trash.
almost thought Creature
so far,
was treasure.
Did you thought Creature was treasure, Pete?
Yeah, treasure. Yeah.
That's been our unanimous all treasure. So,
Cybercop, you were trash.
I
and Charlie was treasure.
Yeah, we were treasure on Cybercop. Me and Pete were treasure on this one, but Creature was all treasure.
How is that? I love this. This is so much fun.
No, I'm really enjoying this, and thanks for everyone that's tuned in on the live stream tonight. Well, thank you, and if you're watching this later, appreciate y'all checking us out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You may notice on YouTube, I bit the bullet, made our name really long, so it is now Give Me Back My Action and Horror Movies. Type that into the search bar, we pop up.
You'll get carpal tunnel doing that.
Though. I mean, sometimes it'll autofill or it'll start auto searching, so it doesn't. You don't have to type the whole thing in.
Just subscribe and it'll pop up.
Yeah, the GM, BM, AM, HM was just not working for me, so I'm changing some things up. We'll see how this works. Get our subscriber up, get our view counts up. I'm loving this series. I'm in love with it. If for some reason we quit doing this on YouTube, it's coming onto the podcast. Speaking of which, make sure you're following us over on our weekly episodes of Give Me Back My Action and Horror Movies. We have a podcast where we alternate every week, either action or horror, and we just dig into some of the classics, and we have a lot of fun over there. And I'd say as soon as you hear this Tuesday, if you're watching now, is The Raid. So that's gonna be an awesome one.
That was a fun discussion.
And then the final week of June is Scanners, and then I have something special planned for all of July. So as they hear this, Nate, I'm not announcing it yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
Remember, we record ahead on things. So yeah, be staying tuned to that. You can also find us over on Facebook at Give Me Back My Action Movies, the Facebook group. Give Me Back My Horror Movies, the Facebook group. Pete is over there on Good Beer Bad Movie Night, the Facebook group. Go give them a check out over there. We are all on Instagram under those same names. Nate and I are on TikTok. I am on Twitter. You're obviously seeing us on YouTube. So we are here right now just doing the monthlies. I'm kind of having fun with it. Part of me wants to do more of this, but also with the schedule we have with everything else, once a month is fine right now.
Yeah.
Once a month is fine, even though this is fun. And I'm having a blast doing it. And I'm looking forward to watching the movie that Nate picked. And it puts even more pressure on my pick after.
Right.
So it's like, damn it. Why can't you pick one I know that I didn't know?
Also, between action and horror, I did action last time, so we're going to do horror this go around.
There you go.
And then the following one will probably be action.
Horror. Quotation marks. Totally fine.
Hey, it's got a demon monster. That counts as horror.
All right. Well, and I have something special. Today is Father's Day. I had Nate grab me a quick clip to give everyone a happy Father's Day. And there's only one.
This was all about?
It's Father's Day. Yeah.
Today.
I didn't realize that's why you asked for that.
I'm not a father, and neither are you, Nate.
I thought
that's
he was just making fun of
you
the way
have
James
you all have fur babies, so it's totally
I got
fine.
fur babies, yeah.
But it is Father's Day. Here's my special Father's Day present.
Deut. Austin Powers Faja. His what?
His Faja, Dr. Evil.
His Furger? What's a farger? Hish Fasha. Hello, Masha. Hello, Fasha. Masha Ruten. Vista Masha. In the Fasha. Vista Masha. In the Hoschen in the Hatten with the Krippen. Sabo Fasha. Jaso Masha. Punta. Vista Masha. Unter Bascha, steht der Bascha, wischt der Hütten, and the Ratten, wischt der Hatten, wischt der Bascha. Yeah, gold member, I don't speak freaky deaky Dutch. Okay, perv boy?
Why is that so funny?
Nate got the extended version of it too, so I was dying when he sent that over. Which is why Nate had no idea what I was doing, so he
I was like, I just figured
you're
making fun of the way they talk in the movie.
Nope.
I was like, sure. Why not?
Faja.
So good.
I've been saying it all day to
Faja
Jack.
that.
So good.
It's Faja. Faja. All right, everybody. Thank you all for checking it out.
Thank you.
We will
I'm
be
so
back
sorry,
in
everyone.
See you soon.
in 1 month, but please go check us out over on the podcast. So anywhere you can get podcasts, give me back my action and horror movies. And as we decided last episode, there's only one way to end the show from now on. So good night. Thank you guys. We'll see y'all soon.
Holy shit!